Let's talk about Tony Ferguson.
Okay.
That guy's got some, and you have personal experience with Tony Ferguson.
Yes.
That guy has some
unfortunately,
spooky, he's got spooky fucking cardio, man. And I give him a real shot against Khabib. I give him a real shot.
Okay, so I do and I don't. And I'm not trying to take a dig at him. I actually am a big fan of his. Okay, and I was a big fan of his before I fought him, and I did a lot of research on him leading up to the fight. I never really showed him any respect up until like, he's just okay. He's a little sloppy. He's this, he's that. But once I did the research on him leading up to our fight, it impressed me. What impressed me was, dude, the guy can take a shot, give a shot. The guy doesn't slow down. The guy doesn't care where the fight goes. Anytime you have somebody who doesn't care where the fight goes, it changes the dynamic of how you approach him. Because if you take him down, what does that matter? He don't care. Okay, he's good with the darts. He's good with the guillotine. He's good with triangles. He's good with all those. He doesn't care. So if he stays on the feet, guess what? He keeps his distance and his range with his long range push kicks and his jabs and his combinations. He doesn't care where the fight goes. Neither does Khabib. But obviously, Khabib would like to keep the fight on the ground, press against the fence, doing work, what he's done, and it continues to work and does what he does best. I look, for me, I feel like the only way that Tony wins is by a cut. I don't think that he can sub him. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. We understand, like, when cuts happen, you get a little more slippery, things slide in a lot faster, okay? Especially in that darce position. Like, he'll hit that darce up from any direction. He'll hit it from his guard. He'll hit it from his butt. He'll hit it from anywhere.
Yeah.
So if you're hanging out, if Khabib doesn't put the placement of his head in the right spot, it could be a really, really tough night for him.
Yeah, he hits it from side.
All the intangibles to become world champion. He's already a former interim champion, which I still considered him. He was the champion at the time. I have nothing bad to say about him. I just think that physically strong, he is not. And I'm not knocking him. I'm just simply saying, strength-wise, he is not. But Joe, here I want to shake my hand. His hands will go around yours probably twice.
Just bricks.
He's got such long fingers. That's what threw me off. Honestly, when I shook his hand at the weigh-ins, his fingers wrapped all the way around my hand, almost engulfed my whole hand. I was like, oh shit, you got really big hands.
Well, that makes the power.
No, not just that, but when there was a moment there where he hit wrist control. So when I got into his guard, he grabbed my wrist and I couldn't get my arm free. And then in the meantime, he's elbowing me in my head. And I got 2 Mercedes-Benz cuts right here on the front of my forehead. Okay? So it was like right there. And then he cut me with the good elbow when I stepped in on one. But the 2 Mercedes-Benz cuts were from him with wrist control and him elbowing me from his guard. If Khabib gets put into his guard, it could end up being a tough fight because cuts happen, and when they do happen and you have a shaved head, there's nothing stopping them from flowing right into your eyes.
Right.
Your eyebrows are not going to stop all that blood. And if you recall, remember the Joe Daddy Stevenson and Eads Edwards fights? That shit was just squirting out. There's an Adam Piccolotti fight as well in Bellator where he had cut the guy on the top of the head and literally he gets a rear naked and chokes him and you see blood go everywhere. Yep. And I'm just thinking to myself, in a fight where you shave your head or your hair's always really short, or it's not going to look good to the judges or to the doctor and things like that. And like Shah brought this up. This fight's in New York.
Yeah.
They're being extra cautious in New York right now because it's a relatively new sport, is what I believe.
I believe too.
And then I believe they had that death of that boxer that was there. So then they're just trying to make sure, which I understand, like the safety of the fighters is most important.
Yeah, I would prefer that being in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would prefer.